Yay, hey guys. Yeah, it's another of video today, and today I just want to talk about more of the desire in terms of the markets. I just want to give you a heads up and a little bit of motivation and reality behind a well-groomed trader. Um, I know if you really go through what it takes for each and every professional, um, the challenges are there, and you just have to turn all the rocks upside down. You have to do it. So if you find yourself into the markets, congratulations. And once you're in, you don't give up. You just have to get it done and get rewarded. Yeah. So my first statement will be: in whatever you learn into the markets, whatever that you hear from anyone across all the learning platforms, it has to make sense to you. You have to resonate with the data. You have to understand the concept. If it's not making sense to you, do not settle for less. Rise, stand up, declare this is not it. This information does not take me anywhere. That is the spirit. That's the vibe. Up until we open up a rock that has what you're looking for. I think that is the most difficult process in terms of getting to find what really makes sense to us. As I told you, I've a little bit of background. As I said, I am a graduate in telecommunications. I would say I've never in my previous career had such a challenge. Why? Because in engineering we just do critical thinking. We use formulas. We use calculators. We use computers. And we solve problems. We really don't get to unlock some of our emotional relationship with money, some psychological aspects of our self discipline, our independence, and critical thinking. It's just there. You just have to kind of memorize the formulas. You just have to come up with an explanation. It just have to make sense, although at some point it doesn't, right? But when it comes to the markets, it's a totally different ballgame. It's a matter of doing it, getting to be grounded from psychology, money management, and the system or strategy. So you are well privileged if you don't have any engineering background, because when it came to the market, I thought I'm just gonna use formulas and get things done. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from, doesn't matter your background. It's just a matter of being yourself. That's the first thing. Finding out what works for you. Put it down. What doesn't work for you, throw it away as soon as possible. Gather as much information, at the same time filter as much as you can. All right. I know everybody who come to the markets, they have a goal. They want to achieve financial freedom. That is one of my own personal goals. I'm a graduate. I didn't want to work for anyone. At the same time, I couldn't be in a position of running something until I get to find out about the market. So in the markets, what works for me might or does not work for you, but what works for me does work for me. I always say it in some of my videos. The solution to be a professional trader is to be fine and keep on refining yourself. Doesn't matter how many books that you read that talks about the markets or that teach you how to trade. It comes back to you. Sometimes you might read a book, 2 books, 3 books, and not find anything in those books that makes sense. But you do not stop there. You just have to come back to yourself. Maximize your strength. It's not easy. But the fact that it's not easy is there to filter out the cream, right? The best out of the chocolate. Definitely you have to be strong. If you are not, learn to be strong, because the challenges are not going to end. They come from all sides. Sometimes they're external. Some people will be like, dude, you gotta stop this. Others will be like, this doesn't really work. But if you yourself, from the inner part of your being, is saying this works, then it works. By all means, try to be the best version of yourself. If you have to eliminate some of the habits, behaviors, some of those things that drag you back, then be it. Then be it. Because the reward is infinite. The reward is never ending. The process is the one that just have to be refined. So giving up will not be an option. You just have to keep going. As you keep going, try to be the best version of yourself. You never go wrong. You're absolutely gonna make it. Filter as much information and gather as much information as you can. What others do is none of your business. What everyone else is saying is none of your business. Your business is to groom yourself. You learn from your own mistakes. You might repeat a mistake a couple of times. That's not going to change. It comes back to you until you had enough of that mistake. That's when you go to the next level. Sometimes you don't even realize that you are making the same mistake over and over again until you say, I had enough of this. By doing that, you are taking yourself to the next level. And it doesn't end there. As you become good, as you start to see the light, it's always good for you to keep on improving day and night. It's a good feeling to be successful in whatever that you'll be working on. Sometimes you might think it take a year. Sometimes you might think it will take just a couple of months. But time in this process is invalid. There is the starting point and there is the finishing point. Doesn't matter how long you take through the process from the starting point to the finishing point. What matters is you get to the finishing point. And for those who get to the finishing point, they all have a story to tell. Because the road was not that easy to move. There were bumping, there were rocks, there were unexpected circumstances. But those circumstances, they're not going to make you die. They will even make you stronger. And once you become stronger, you become invincible. Once you are invincible, guess what? You are the happiest person that you can ever be. You just have to celebrate yourself. And trust me, if you were thinking twice or thrice, there is no plan B in this. There is only plan A. Work it out until you gather all the pieces. There's a say that says, I'm just gonna make it brief. The say says, for every system, if you break the system down, break it down to its individual components. Within those individual components, break it down, you get to understand how it functions. That is the finest point that I always talk about. You don't need to assume. you don't need to hope, you don't need to think twice. Fall and get back up. I am telling you this because I didn't have someone to tell me that it's not going to be easy. I just have to find out myself in it, and I just have to do it, keep on repeating some mistakes up until I had enough of some things that would be like, no man, let's have a meeting here. We are going to eliminate this and this and this. We are doing what is known as a reshuffle. We are reshuffling. We are redesigning the way of thinking. We are destroying what is not taking us to the next level. We are filtering what is to be left behind. And we are only taking forward that we need. And that's when you define things like discipline. That's where they come into place. But if you don't define discipline yourself, it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. So get up and get it done. The heat is there, but don't get bent. Find your way out, because you are, and you have what it takes. And welcome to the game of grown-ups, where we deal with things as they are. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video.